HBO's Season 4 Game of Thrones recap and discussion. So, this one is going to be, like I said, Game of Thrones Season 4, Part 1 of 2 recap. Just finished watching the entire season of Season 4 of Game of Thrones. Absolutely enjoyed Season 4 Game of Thrones like crazy. And now I'm here to discuss episodes 1 through 5 of Game of Thrones. So, Season 4. So, am I ever happy? Yes. This is the best season ever of Game of Thrones, and one of the best seasons of a show I've ever seen. It's really hard to compare because, of course, I love The Walking Dead. Walking Dead is still my favorite show, but after seeing Season 4 and what they gave us, I will have to say Game of Thrones is the second best show on TV right now at the current moment. And then I might maybe go with other shows like Stranger Things or anything like that. But for now, I'm going to say Game of Thrones is the second best show, at least so far. And I really hope it stays there because this season absolutely blew my mind. So let's start with the first 5 episodes recap of Game of Thrones. So we're going to start off at King's Landing. So Joffrey's dead. Yes, Joffrey is killed off. Yes, long wait for me. I mean, really, he is a character from the first season that absolutely drove me crazy every time he was in a scene. Thank you for killing him off because he was absolutely annoying. Thank you for killing off Joffrey. Now, of course, I want to start properly with the stuff at King's Landing. So we got Brienne and Jaime Lannister. They're back now. Jaime Lannister gets his brand new hand, which is a gold hand, which is kind of cool that he's going to be able to use. And, of course, you get Bronn, who's kind of teaching him how to, sword fight or whatever. So that was cool stuff. Then, of course, we get the wedding. We get the wedding between Margaery and, Joffrey. And anyway, they get married. It's a really nice scene and all that kind of stuff. Then, of course, they have the after party. And again, everything seems pretty normal, really. Everything seems pretty normal. Until you get the end where, of course, Tyrion is kind of mad at him because he's making fun of him, that type of deal. And then, of course, Tyrion gives him the wine and he kind of starts to go down. And then all of a sudden, he kind of falls. Help your king. Everybody's freaking out. And then you pretty much get to see Joffrey die right in front of Cersei. So, she turns to Tyrion. Amazing effects, by the way, when they killed Joffrey. Amazing effects. So anyway, she turns to Tyrion and she says, lock him in a cell or whatever the heck, take him away, and that is exactly what they do, and they keep him prisoner. And then, of course, she tells Jaime in the next episode that she actually wants him dead. It doesn't matter what he is to her, if he, brother, whatever. She wants Tyrion dead. So, then, of course, you have the stuff at King's Landing where, you get Cersei and she's kind of, she kind of doesn't want to be with Jaime, and then all of a sudden she kind of does, and it's, all this kind of stuff. You're too late type of thing, and you took too long. So, that was that. So, anyway, I really enjoyed that stuff. That was really cool. And the stuff at King's Landing absolutely blew my mind. And, again, I have to say, the stuff at King's Landing really was insane. Like, especially, I didn't expect to see him get killed at this point. I really didn't. And that was incredible. So now we have a new king, which is the younger kid, and he's going to be marrying Margaery now. So, that's cool. Next up, I want to talk about the stuff with Daenerys. So, the stuff with Daenerys was really cool. You got, the guy who's, he pees in front of him, and then she sends that one guy who kind of is her love interest at this point now, and he pretty much kills that guy, and now they're kind of, now she's a queen, and it's this big thing, and Daenerys is, her dragons are, it's getting to the point now where her dragons are so big that she can't control them anymore either, so they kind of start to notice that as well. Yeah, that was cool stuff. So, that stuff was really interesting. I'm very happy to see that, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like at this point, Daenerys is almost like a character that I can really feel for, because, I don't know, seeing this season 4 Game of Thrones, for some reason, I keep thinking it's season 1 again, because you look at where she was back then, and now look at where she is now in season 4, where she's a queen and all that kind of... That is a vast difference, and that is an amazing difference. And she has a huge army now, and the whole thing, it's amazing. So, that was that stuff. So then you got the stuff with Jon Snow at the north of the wall at Castle Black, pretty much. And anyway, I won't go into it, but the stuff that happens with him in episode 9 is like one of the best things ever. But anyway, so you got pretty much Jon Snow, who is, fitting back into Castle Black. They're not going to take his head, like they said, and all that kind of stuff. So I do like, as well, though, when they go to Craster's place or whatever, and they take the women from that place and they kill everybody else. And you got Jon Snow, who of course, they go in there, right, in the middle of the night, and they go to Craster's place to kill everybody. And Bran, of course, is calling out for Jon Snow, but Jon Snow cannot actually see Bran because they had to go. So that was the stuff there. Jon Snow did not get to see Bran again, Bran Stark, which was unfortunate. But anyway, so I will say for the stuff with Bran, honestly, not that interesting for me. I've seen more interesting things in Game of Thrones than that, and the stuff with Bran honestly wasn't all that exciting. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, you have all that stuff, and then of course you get the stuff where the battle at the end, where Jon is going against that two guy with the knives or whatever, and he's sword fighting, and then of course the one lady, stabs the guy, so then Jon Snow can just put the sword right through, and you see it, you see it come out, and that was a crazy sequence, and you see it, come through. So the stuff with Jon Snow, especially in the 5th episode, I just love all that stuff when they attack Craster's old place, and they take all the women, they burn it down pretty much. So that was really cool stuff. So you got that stuff. Then you got the stuff as well that I do want to talk about, which I find was so interesting. The stuff with the Hound and Arya. Oh my God, especially in that first episode. So one chicken. I'm gonna have a chicken. I'm gonna have one chicken. And he's like, no, and he's like, fine, 2 chickens, and he's just like, you're really gonna die? You're really gonna die over 2 chickens? Someone is. And he takes out the sword, and then they have this scene where they're fighting, and he's pretty much just, the word I'm going to use is demolishing, he's just killing them. And anyway, then Arya kind of steps in and helps him out a little bit, and that's how you end the episode. But I really did enjoy the stuff with the Hound and Arya, really, really did. The Hound is such a funny character, and such an interesting character, I feel like, this season. I love it, so it's really exciting. So, the stuff with Sam this season was alright, kind of just want to throw that in there, kind of decent. But one thing for sure, no debating or anything, season 4 is the best season of Game of Thrones. Absolutely, that's not even a question for me. And not even a question. But anyway, so I'm going to leave this video here. I think that's pretty much it. Of course, you get Brienne, who leaves King's Landing, and you have tons of other storylines going on. But just to say, I mean, you have so many story arcs going on right now. It's difficult to cover all of it. But of course, you also have Sansa, who leaves, and then now, of course, she is, held up by, Littlefinger. So Peter, whatever, Peter Dinklage, right? Isn't that his name? Peter Baelish? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, he takes Sansa or whatever, and, from King's Landing, and brings her on the boat and all that kind of stuff. So that was just really exciting, man. Absolutely loved this season of Game of Thrones. I will do a part 2 for episodes 6 through 10, because those, in my opinion, are the best. Like, all 5 of those episodes are honestly some of my favorites. So, can't wait to get to those in my review. Joffrey's dead. That's an accomplishment for sure. Absolutely loved this season of Game of Thrones. That's the first 5 episodes recap for you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video, and right next to the video right here, the next one I will be doing, the next video that will be up on this channel will be a Season 4 Part 2 video, and then I also have a Rick Grimes video from Walking Dead that I want to cover as well. So anyway guys, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.